All right, what up, people? Man, I'm in one of those conundrums in life a little bit right now, where it feels like the fourth quarter. You got so much going on. There's so much pressure to get all the stuff done. You're raising the kid. You got extra work stuff. You got to work on a report. You know how it is. You know how it is. It's tough, man. It's tough. Not feeling the best and just trying to make it through. It feels like the fourth quarter, man, and it's a little unsustainable. But the problem is it's not sustainable. But there's no one else to do the job but you. If that makes sense. That's the kind of space I'm in. I think a lot of people experience that throughout life, and it's crazy. It's not sustainable, but you can get through a lot of stuff in life. But if you go through it through a prolonged period of time, usually you start developing like mental health issues, kind of really seeing what I'm made of. But there's seasons that you live in and seasons that you experience that you need to get through, but they need to be seasons. And that's where I'm at right now. We got everything going on. I got extra work reports I got to do. Got to raise the kid. The wife is not doing well. She's okay. She's going to be fine. But, she's just going through a lot of stuff. Got family stuff going on with like medical, yada, yada, yada. Going to doctor's office for, extended family. It's just one of those seasons that like if you can deal with it for a couple months, but if you had to deal with it for like a couple years, you'd probably develop schizophrenia or something like that, maybe some PTSD. But, who am I kidding, man? I'm just clocking in and clocking out. There's a lot of people going through stuff, so maybe it's not that dire of a situation, but it's a struggle. And what's crazy is when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, one of the worst things you can do is keep score, which sometimes I'm guilty of doing, keeping score, like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And maybe if the situation wasn't the way it is right now, if I were to keep score, I might have a leg to stand on. But it's one of those spaces where you're like, man, I'm just running ragged. I need help. I need I need a little bit of support or whatever. I need a timeout. The legs are tired. I need some time on the bench. But then you look across at the other person, your partner, your wife, and you're like, well, they can't help me because they're going through just as much, and they're holding their end of the bargain too. And I can't rely on somebody because the person in front of me is in a position where they shouldn't be relied upon. They got stuff they're doing too, and they're pulling their weight as well. So that's the space I'm in. And it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. So anyways, yeah, it's just not easy. And one thing I notice about this situation that I'm in, when I'm getting to these places where I'm feeling a little bit overstimulated. That's the thing too, man, is I'm overstimulated all the time. It doesn't help when you have a job where you're like constantly teaching kids. You got 30 kids asking questions all at the same time, which nothing against them. They're not doing anything wrong, but it can be overstimulating just a little bit. Trying to figure out like how to manage a classroom. I go into a new classroom every day and try to help teachers out and stuff like that. So just overstimulating a little bit, and then you come home, you got to take care of the family and cook the dinner and do all that, And you just need a break. It's the fourth quarter, and you got heavy legs. But I think one thing I'm noticing that is a sign that maybe I'm not doing as spectacularly as I would like to be doing is, one, like I'm not as motivated to go to the gym, just feeling a little more sluggish in the morning. But another big thing is I started looking at at some Vegas rooms, and that's not going to happen. I'm not going to go to Vegas at all, but I'm starting to want that, starting to want to go to Vegas, because I think Vegas is just a place where you can kind of forget all your problems, but maybe not necessarily fix all your problems. Vegas usually creates more problems for you. And when I go to Vegas, I'm not like going to clubs or partying. Usually I'm putting, $50, $30 into a video blackjack machine, and riding that money out for a couple hours at a time, waiting for my drink from the waitress and whatnot. But I'm not going crazy, but it is a nice little escape where the world kind of stops existing around you. So that's kind of my marker, right? Like, things are a little tough. You're feeling a little overwhelmed. You kind of want to retreat. I mean, Vegas is like the ultimate, well, depending on who you are, Vegas is like the ultimate take a seat on the bench of life. In the game of life, Vegas is where you take your seat on the bench for sure. You tap out for a little bit and then you come home, get back in the game. So yeah, that's what happens, man. Just a little bit of overstimulation, just a little bit of stress, just a little bit of fatigue when both partners in the marriage have to pull more than their fair share of the weight, because the weight is enough for 3 or 4 people, and you got to pull a baby's a 1-year-old weight. It's not always ideal, but we get through it, and I think a lot of other people are going through that. So let me know how you're feeling in the comments, or pop into the voicemail hotline 619-800-5622. I listen to the voicemails and I respond to them on video. So if you're going through similar stuff, if this helped you, or if I'm being a wimp, let me know, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, man, we're all gonna make it. We're all getting through it. We're all just getting through it. And it's early in the week, early in the work week. I'm already feeling ready for my break. But fortunately for me, compared to 99% of the rest of the world, I get a summer break as an educator. So I'm just trying to get to that. So, all right, you guys take care of yourself. Keep a sense of humor and try to stay human. You know what I mean? All right, peace.